I personally always love finding out details about films from decades ago. Now we're gonna get into Spider-Man 2 and what they originally had and the plans of what characters and everything they were trying to get off the ground before it went the way it did. Now obviously fans of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, I don't think they're going to have many complaints with the first two films, specifically the second one, but we have recently started to find out more details of things that were happening behind the scenes, some of the ideas that were early in development due to the huge success of Spider-Man 2, and then ultimately Sam Raimi ended up getting more of what he wanted. Now what we recently found out was that Spider-Man 2 originally intended to be a completely different film, which would have included the likes of Gwen Stacy, who obviously ended up being in the third film. The film also would have introduced Eddie Brock to build up his transformation into Venom for down the road, and the big shocker to me was the fact that they were gonna deal with Peter Parker's parents. Now, from what some people have reported, the idea with the parents would have sort of been what they went back to in The Amazing Spider-Man, so maybe playing with some sort of elements like that, which honestly I think would not have fit into, Spider-Man at that time at all. Doing the whole secret destiny thing and secret agents and all that, like that just doesn't belong in the Raimi films at all, and it would have been completely out of left field, to be real with pretty much everybody here, and I think you'll all agree. Now at the same time, the whole issue with introducing Gwen Stacy, I think that could have honestly worked if she's introduced as a side character and maybe puts another wedge in between Peter Parker and MJ and their relationship, sort of building up that type of idea for down the road, and maybe playing with her death being teased or anything, things that could change Spider-Man. Again, remember, they were planning for multiple films, like a fourth, fifth, and sixth were in early discussions after the first one already. So with that in mind, also planting the seed for Brock I think would have been excellent, because again, if you plant the seed in there, just like they were doing with the Lizard, you could have paid that off down the road and really had these relationships established instead of just tossing them out of nowhere. So I think, the film we got, certainly I have no problems with it from what they did with it. And I think this film could have been interesting, but I don't think it would have been better personally, just from the sounds of it. And the main aspect I, come to that conclusion with is the whole parents thing. Just, that doesn't belong. And yes, before someone comments, I know it was in the comics and it was stupid there as well.